Is it true? Is P47 King David? Huge speculations. But yeah, we're gonna have a long conversation here. Long conversation now because there is a speculation that that he is King David, or at least uh, a descendant of him at the very least. If you want to come on and check out the podcast, if you want to have a nice discussion or even a debate, come on in. And we're gonna check out this short just to start off here. No, I don't. Uh, excuse me, as we have some technical difficulties here. Wow. Here we go. Sorry about the computer sleeping.
Time, but I now firmly believe that it is his bloodline. Oh boy, get ready. On his mother's side, he descends from King James IV of Scotland. Let me show you the lineage.
Hey, there's no sound.
Now, King David, King Solomon, we're going to get to that in a minute. This list shows King David.
Oh, well, there's no sound?
Oh, we got sound back. It came back.
Oh, okay. Let me let me know. No,
David's lineage through kings of Ireland and Scotland. Following down, we get Robert the Bruce. So we know he descends from Robert the Bruce because King James IV, Trump descends from him, who descends from Robert the Bruce. But how could the AC be a legitimate descendant of King David? Interesting. A legitimate lineage to Judah? Oh, that's right. It's not legitimate. Here's why. King James IV of Scotland had a wife named Margaret, but also had at least, I'll say, 4 mistresses. Margaret Drummond. Recall that video that I showed of Trump's lineage? And through her, he had Margaret Stewart. That is Donald Trump's lineage. Now, you know Satan likes to twist things, right? He's a copycat, but he likes to twist it. So DJT is an illegitimate descendant of King David. And you know that Jesus descends from King David through Mary, legitimately, and also through his earthly father, Joseph. Now, Joseph's line runs through King Solomon. Mary descends from King Solomon's brother. Now, if you remember, the Schmasons are obsessed with King Solomon. Who built the first temple? What's that King Solomon did? Who's about to build the third temple? Right. What I mean? Now, the current practitioners of Judaism.
what do you? All right, that took an interesting twist because I mean there are speculations that he actually is a direct descendant from that lineage and Mary. What are your thoughts on that speculation?
I know that he is got the lineage to royalty, and the royal line.
Oh, we lost her. All right, we're back. back in.
Sorry, I got kicked out. I apologize. So, what I was talking about was that
How
the
did you get
royal,
kicked
like,
out? Sorry to interrupt, but how did you get kicked out? I didn't kick you out.
I think something, I don't know, I might have hit a button or something and refreshed by accident.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Um,
continue.
Yeah, the British English royalty line has traces back to King David. Even Scotland, and I know Trump has some lineage in Scotland, but it's said that in some Gnostic esoteric writings or legends, hearsay, that that's some of the descendants fled to Scotland. And if you look at the throne, like there's a stone. I think it's called, I can't remember what the stone was called. Was it Jacob's Rock? I have to look it up. Jacob's stone, the stone of destiny. What comes from the story of the book of Genesis. Jacob sleeps with a stone under his head, and he dreams of a ladder reaching heaven, often called Jacob's ladder. Afterwards, he declares the stone sacred. Some later traditions claim that the very stone traveled through history and eventually became the stone of destiny used in royal coronations.
And what do you think of this woman over here saying actually he's a faux descendant when it's actually showing that he's a legitimate descendant of that bloodline?
Yeah, so there are two types of bloodlines. You had the Tudors and the Stewards. Well, then there were the Stewards, the ones that Mary Queen of Scots and her son King James. But somewhere, and I can't remember exactly, somewhere in the royal bloodline, the family ties, where in Scotland, they were trying. I can't remember they claimed he was the rightful to the throne, because I think he goes all the way back to Robert the Bruce or something like that. Yeah, because then you have the Stewards and then you have the Tudors, which were related. But I'm trying to remember. I think somewhere after Queen Elizabeth, somewhere along that line, there was a new family. And then eventually the Victorian Queen Victoria was part of the Saxe-Coburg family or something like that. They've had links to like Austria, Germany. So it's possible that he is, part of that lineage of the throne before the Saxe-Coburg family, whatever, came in.
Wait a minute. All right, and let's finish this, and I have a real. Actually, I'll ask that. I'll ask this before we continue. If that is the case, then would you say that the president is actually the rightful? He is the true king of England instead?
It's possible. Yeah, so it was King Edward III. So some genealogists traced distant lines connecting Trump back to medieval European nobility, such as King Edward III. So that made, because like I said, his mother was Scottish. Mary Ann MacLeod Trump came from the Isle of Lewis in Scotland. So the rightful heirs were actually in Scotland.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, this is freaking incredible.
Believe that you're Jewish, your mother's Jewish, and guess what? So on his mother's side, the Judea connection through King David. Let's talk about his father's side for a minute. His father's side is German. there's a strong belief that the Assyrians ended up in Germany. So I also believe that he is a direct descendant of King Nebuchadnezzar. And I think King Nebuchadnezzar was a direct descendant of Nimrod. Interesting, don't you think? Donald Trump is a biological descendant of King David. Oh my God, hold on to your hat.
Okay. Well, that's fair. I mean, yeah, I mean, but that's a really, I'm starting. That's actually freaking phenomenal. You can phenomenal knowledge as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you have? What about and I think if Celeste is on here, I mean, there's speculation that there might be she might be a distant descendant of that bloodline because she has a very rare blood type. But what do you?
Yeah.
But what if you? But what are your thoughts on people in this truther and spiritual community trying to say that they have the holy blood and all that? Like they too are
Yeah.
descendants.
Yeah, I am too. So I trace back my genealogy all the way back to Queen Mother. So that's Queen Elizabeth II's mother. Her father's side, the Bowles Lion family. And I actually did a deep dive. No, I did Ancestry, but I went back to my true ancestry and linked back to all like Scottish royalty clans and also Merovingian kings. So if you look into Merovingian kings, those people are said to have like a line to King David too. Mm-hmm.
That's very fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that's very fascinating as in like in a condescending those psychiatrists, that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No. But I mean, like, if that's the lineage, that's freaking fantastic. So, with that going on here, do you think that that's what it ultimately is about? Because we hear about these no kings things, and we hear about the joke Lord Emperor Trump and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also we also know we also know England is a huge detractor of his. England and Europe really despise this dude. And do you think it has to do with his bloodlines?
Yeah, it's very possible. Now on the other side of things, people have theory that he's the Antichrist.
Yes.
And some people are talking about Kushner. His is it Jerry Kushner? His son-in-law is part of the Abrahamic Accords. I mean, I'm listening to both sides of it. But yeah, I mean, there's that royalty. They could be painting that narrative about that to give him a bad name, maybe. I don't know, but I hear both sides. Like he's rightful, you know, he has royal blood, but then also, and I'm kind of going off topic a little bit, but I don't know if you've heard of the story that was written by I can't remember his name. There's a saying about Barron Trump was mentioned in the book. So there's a theory that Barron Trump is a time traveler.
There's actually I know what you're talking about. It was a long I can actually it was a book written centuries ago.
The Last President. Yeah, The Last President. And it's about a boy named Barron Trump. He has a wealthy lifestyle. He has a mentor figure named Don. Political chaos in New York. From there, theories claim Barron or his family has access to time travel. The books were a message from the future, or that Trump family is part of some hidden advanced lineage. This is where it jumps from coincidence to full theory. So, and I'm trying to remember the name of the author of that book.
It's
Ingersoll?
Ingersoll Lockwood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Barron Trump collection. There is actually a. It's actually a. Let's actually watch this. This is this is like I think I might. I don't know. I think I covered this a long time ago in an earlier episode, but like this was like months, if not a year ago. But certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Enigmatic son of Donald Trump. Is this a bizarre coincidence or a prophecy unfolding before our eyes?
Which oops.
Known lawyer and writer named Ingersoll Lockwood penned The Adventures of Barron Trump. This whimsical children's novel was part satire, part fantasy, a tale of a precocious boy in search of truth.
So it sounds like a Buddhist kind of plot.
Mm-hmm.
For decades, the book was forgotten, tucked away in dusty libraries. Fast forward to the 21st century. This obscure children's book is rediscovered. Readers are stunned. But the similarities don't stop there. As the digs deeper, this be in plain sight. To understand and uncover how his words resonate eerily in today's reality. Chapter 2. Barron Trump is no ordinary boy. Lockwood describes him as headstrong, self-absorbed, and determined to explore. He's a noble child of immense intelligence, often misunderstood by those around him. Barron spends his days immersed in the wisdom of Don Fum's World Within a World, a guidebook to hidden dimensions. Does this remind you of someone? Barron Trump, the tall and enigmatic son of Donald and Melania Trump, also seems to exist in a world apart. Raised in luxury, protected from the media's glare, Barron remains an enigma. At 6'7", he looms over his peers, much like the large.
Damn, 6'7" guy is a monster.
That's very tall.
Life character of Lockwood's book. The uncanny resemblance raises eyebrows.
Oh yeah, that's. I actually did encounter a guy in Stanford University. He was playing on the football team. Surprise, surprise! And the guy was 6'8", and it's like, how do these people get that freaking? Oh man, they're college kids who are in. They're college kids who are literally 7'2". It's like, what? I thought 6'5" was a gigantic. Now we're doing 7'2", 6'9". Oh my god.
Very tall.
No, I personally am a short king. I'm 5'7" 3/4, very, very close to 5'8", but nowhere near 6 foot.
Mhm.
I don't mind that though. I like being as short as I am.
Oh yeah, I'm 5'6".
That's. I mean, 5'6". I've met people who were 5'2", 4'7", 4'8". I. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh
Oh
no!
no!
That was a. Yeah, I know my show. I'm the worst host in the world.
No, these things happen.
Get your shit together, Phoenix. You suck. Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. Ah.
Young Baron is guided by a mysterious manuscript. Don Fum's World Within a World. This cryptic guide promises to lead him to
All right, I'm gonna pause this and here.
Mhm.
So we asked about Trump being related to King David. He is, and so with all due respect to all you leftoids and all you TDS mofos who think that the Pope knows better, this guy has biblical bloodlines. So.
Mhm.
I mean, like, well, it is what it is. You know, you may not like it, but he does. Now, this was this a prophecy, or for this Baron thing? I want to talk about this Baron thing. Do you think that it's that it was a prophecy, or was it a manifestation?
I think it was a prophecy, and my, if you want to speculate, I think, I believe time travel has already been, discovered, and it is possible later, years on down the line that Baron Trump discovered time travel or became a part of the time travel community and went back to try to save today.
So I want to. So I want to ask. So I want to ask you this. With this being said, and all of this, with the lineage and the Baron Trump stuff all happening, do you think that we're gonna that the U.S. that there's not gonna be another election? Like there might be, say, do you want to know something? We're actually just gonna. I know it's like it's almost like because I have had thoughts of this. I've had thoughts of this. Now I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate for this, but I'm saying do you think that this bloodline, with what we know, is like people are going to say, do you know what? Screw the presence, screw the presidency. We're going to crown this administration, and actually not just this administration, this man and his bloodline, the king of the country,
It's
the
possible
royals.
because people thrown around the joked around that he's going to be the last president, and I think he has tried to prove the election false so he could get another term.
Do you think with the evidence that with the evidence, and then there has been evidence, do you think that he's going to be granted a third term, and there just won't even be an election come 2024? Because people are saying, oh, Vance is the next president. I'm in 2024, vote Vance. And I'm saying, you know what, with all the effery that's been going on, there is speculation that they just might let him slide for a third. Just out of a pure, because it's like, well, he won the 2020 election, and now but they rigged it over. It's been there's evidence of this. And I think it's just going to be like I've had thoughts that we're not even going to have another. We're not going to. There is not going to be an election come 2024. He's just going to be slid in that third term, because of Congress.
Yeah, and I have a feeling with this war, if they were to declare some type of martial law or something, I don't think they cancel elections.
What do you mean they can't? You don't think they cancel elections? What do you mean? Can you maybe
So I
please
think
elaborate?
if America has martial law declared, I think if they in an election year, I don't think they move forward the election.
Oh,
So let me fact check that. Yeah, they could delay election or make it unsafe or impossible to vote.
now do you think that? Now I understand a lot of people are thinking that this is dictatorial, this is fascistic, and like all the freaking buzzwords. Do you think that this is big picture going to and anyone in the comments section, anyone who watch, whether you're in the chat or you're in the comments, if you may up here, like and subscribe, and also answer, do you think that big picture that this is a good thing? Because I mean, ideally, historically, it's not, but we've seen what it but we have seen what is caused, what, how should I say it? When there are elections being around, and it's not a set like a set standard or certain thing, that things can get really can go really haywire. Like, yes, I do believe the people should elect their leader. However, if you have so many leaders that are not interested in being leaders, and they want to be either rulers or they didn't want to be do all this other stuff and nothing and not manage the country in good faith. I don't know, but the thing is that all I know is that he's not perfect, but he's the best we have. And judging from the 46 administration, no one wants to risk that again. They don't want to risk that anymore. They want the 45 when gas was $2 a gallon, and everything was affordable. Everything, they want the middle class to thrive again, and that's what I think 47 really helps out with, because he's a businessman. He's not a career politician, and they're saying, and a lot of people are saying, well, you know what? He gives us the best chances to survive. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I hate that we had to go straight to war instead of actually focus on our people. I know he had no choice because Iran was, wanting, money, and then they started acting up. But I think if we get this war out of the way, we need to focus on us.
One thing that a lot of people are missing, a lot of people are saying that he waged war, or he engaged in war and stuff like that. One thing, and correct me if I'm wrong, the whole thing is that the whole reason why the war broke out was one of the reasons was him saying, no, we're not funding you any money. Go F yourself. We are broke. We can't give you any money. You guys have crap tons of oil and gold and crap tons of royalties. It is not our responsibility to wipe your ass. And that pissed them off. That really pissed them off. And then so much so that they were gonna plan to assassinate him. And ergo, it's like, say, oh, you're gonna plan to assassinate me? Okay, I'm bombing your leader. Screw you. So the thing is that did the president engage in actions of war or something like that? That could be inherently possible, yes. But the thing is that it all boils down to them. But they want to put it. Do I think he's an innocent man? I'm not going to say entirely, but I see that he is in the right here, because they are basically, because Iran and the Middle East, nobody's pointing this out. Nobody in the MSM or nobody even in alternative media is pointing out how he tried to make things like ends meet. And the only reason why there's a lot of havoc going on is because he said, no, we're not giving you any more money.
Yeah. And then all these other countries too were getting kind of fed up with Iran, attacking their oil refinery, threatening to take, I don't know if they attacked them for sure, but threatening their oil refineries and, attacking ships trying to come in the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not advocating nor saying that this is correct in general, but I do think that if there is another nation trying to freaking end you, yes, you should at least see what this is all about. And if they're not engaging, yeah, you need to fire a warning shot at the very least.
And they
People-
want to buy a bunch of uranium too. And we're trying to put a stop to that too, because they've been trying to store uranium in the mountains.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, the middle. This is what people are not understanding, in my opinion, that the Vatican. I'm not going to go as far as say Israel, but maybe the Israeli government and Iran. These are real wars for people, but they are faux wars for government.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that this is all nonsense. Now, call me a freaking conspiracy theorist. Oh no, the war is real. The war is real. Yes, the war is real. But I'm saying I don't think it's for what what they're portraying it to be for. The war was instigated by Iran because they need resources. And 47 was like saying, dude, you have all the resources. What are you talking about? Screw that. We have nothing. Cough up our resources. Let's make a trade. Let's barter or get the hell out of our business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that pissed them off. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I believe that too. And then on top of that, you had the Ayatollah and Hamas attacking Israel, and then they're, messing around, like there's stuff going on in Lebanon right now, and then there's things about to escalate in Syria. Yeah. So they're all just trying to start stuff right now, even with Iran.
I need me one of these. Here, hold.
What is it?
We need here. I'm gonna share my screen. This is awesome. This is so fantastic. Back when the Simpsons were edgy.
Did you share it?
You see that?
I don't see it.
Oh, come on. You can't be
there
serious.
It goes.
Oh, shoot.
There
right
we
here.
are. Ayatollah. That's good. That's fun.
This is the 90s. This is the 90s, man. This is back in the 90s. It's like fuck. It's like, do you know what, man? And like, with all due respect, for decades, even the Bush administration, even the freaking Bush administration, I swear to God, I honestly think that we're all blaming 47 for this, but in reality, and I'm always going to say this, no, this was going on. It started late 60s, early 70s. This started with the Watergate Hotel shit, and we all know what we're talking about here. The Watergate scandal, and that's where it started. And then, in spite the fact that they tried to say, okay, no more Nixon, we've got Carter. Carter took whatever was going on, put it on a humanitarian spin on it, but just destroyed everything for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted, Oh, continue. Sorry.
That was during the time, I think, where they were rationing gas in the 70s.
Yeah, yeah. This was
Yeah,
like,
messing with the Middle East.
yeah. No, it's like, oh well, we need to get gas from this, that, the third. Jimmy, are we ever going to point out that it was actually Jimmy Carter, the quote unquote humanitarian president, who freaking like was declaring all these wars and also trying to get us dude, no, it's like everything. Gas was like, I remember people telling me like gas was 5 cents.
Wow.
Gas was like 2 to 5 cents a gallon. Or and then or even 20 cents, 10 cents. Mere pennies. They were pennies. And then Jimmy Carter in the 70s freaking comes on up, and then everything shoots way the f up.
Yep.
But hey, at least the boomers were nice and high on their acid.
Yeah, and it was during that time too where we radicalized Iran.
We did.
The CIA going in there and putting a leader to turn a radical so they could control them. Because they wanted the oil. So they had to divide them like that.
Now, let me ask you this. This is a huge hot topic. Hot content topic. And sorry, I don't mean to steal that from another podcast, but this is a very, very spicy hot question. Do you think Obama, I said his name, so like P44, do you think P44, that's what it was about, that he was a Middle Eastern double agent, like he was actually working on he was an Islamic double agent?
Yeah, Barry Santoro. That's his real name. I think his birth certificate was forged. He's not really an American citizen.
Wow. Is there a way to show any of that?
Yeah, hold on.
I know YouTube, we might be a little bit behind schedule with these kinds of discussions, but come on. We're a bunch of freaking simpletons just trying to figure the world out.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And we're trying to come have cosmic solace, bring solace to the universe. And with solace, in my opinion, you need to have like some basic understanding of what the heck is going on here.
Mm-hmm. So Sheriff Joe Arpaio releases information. He had brought it up about it being forged. I have the video.
Yeah. Put it in the chat.
This was 9 years ago. Hold on a second. I'm going to put it in the chat to see if we.
Let me open this with
And he claims he was born in Hawaii, but
Mm-hmm. So, wait, whoa. Did you put it in the chat?
yeah, it's
In the which chat?
oh, hold on. I'll just well, hold on one second.
Oh, shoot. I need to. Sorry, little replay going on there.
Yeah, it's not letting me share. Go to the private chat. It's in the private chat.
Okay, I'll do that there.
Mhm.
It's in the private chat. The private chat. Oh, here we go.
I mean, mainstream said it was disproved, but I still think there's something behind it.
Down is Bob Corbin, who is the former county attorney, former board of supervisor, former attorney general for the state of Arizona, and past president of the NRA. Thank you for being here, Bob.
And helping Joe.
Right? Today, Sheriff Arpaio and Mike Zulo are going to work since August of 2011. Since the beginning of this investigation, you, the media, have continued to mischaracterize the invasion. So, about where President Obama was born. This is about a document that was presented to the general public through the White House and purported to be a factual document. Today, you're going to hear lots of information that some of you, this is a very technical, but the evidence is clear if you'll pay attention. Please note, you're going to hear about two separate experts. These experts are two separate continents with no knowledge of each other.
Oh, wows. This is a whole hour and 6 minutes. No, we're not covering that whole.
Oh no, it's too long.
This whole video, but.
And they draw similar conclusions and are going to tell the story the way it was. However,
oh, here we go.
Today you would be presented with an in-depth executive summary of our investigation into the matter.
To conduct this. Well, we did two press conferences. In those press conferences, I had made it clear that Sheriff Arpaio's original mandate to me was Mike, take a look at this. I'm going to move this country forward. This is no good. That was the mandate. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. Like the sheriff just told you.
So let me ask you this. If there's if they're even admitting that the birth certificate was illegitimate, let me ask you, I want to ask the chat and our guest this. Does this mean that he's going to be that's going to be an asterisk? Is that going to be an asterisk administration, and maybe that even furthers P47's third term?
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
It's possible that all of the between Biden and Obama's corruption and well, I don't know if you heard of I think it's 1,000 Mules, where they did all the mail-in ballots. They had people take addresses of deceased people and put them in the mail-in ballot boxes.
Oh,
They
I'm
actually
I'm
recorded
aware.
it.
I'm well aware of that. I am going to say that Celeste told me off camera that they put her deceased father he voted, and it was towards Biden when in real life he would have hated Biden. It's
Mhm.
like no. It's it's like there's no, because I mean like that is another reason why I'm like saying, you know what, I know we're going on a different topic than the legend of the president, like whether or not he's David. We answered that question, but the
Mhm.
thing is that we're covering another and I'll re-edit the title later. How no, basically this could I mean like the deeper and deeper we dig in the past Democratic presidencies, Barry and 46, 44 and 46, that there's a lot of fraud and going on there. So by proxy, that may permit 47 to have a free third term. Now,
Yeah.
I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think that would be smart. He would be old AF. Could he do it? Maybe, but I think we need I think in my opinion, after him, I think this is just my personal opinion. After him, there needs to be an age limit. Like we cannot have another president in their 70s again. That's just too dangerous.
Yeah, we haven't had a young president since John F. Kennedy.
And I'm saying they need to be 30s to 65.
Mhm.
But if you're past 65, you need to pass a cognitive test or like a special exam to show that yes, you still have it, because there are exceptions to the rule, but the
Mhm.
exception doesn't make the rule is what I'm saying.
They
47 is the exception. He's not the rule. But you were about to say something.
They do screen them. They do physical tests, but I think they need to do a little bit better job. I think they need new criteria.
There needs to be in my opinion, there also needs to be a physical,
Mhm.
because it is a very hefty thing that you have to travel, you have to do a lot of things. How big is your attention span? Because look at do you remember how 46 all the time, it was it was just a complete joke all the time because he was always asleep.
Yeah. Corn Pop. Corn Pop was always dozing off. And there were times where some people thought he defecated on himself too. So eating ice cream. He needed to be in a nursing home.
I actually, no joke, I felt horrible for the man. It's like, this is elder abuse, man.
Yeah.
How the hell is this whole administration not sued? This is elder abuse. People need to be arrested and sued for this.
He was used as a puppet. Like the whole auto pen thing, they were talking about reversing all the auto pens that he did at the end of his term. They need to.
Well, no kidding. He didn't know what he was signing.
Yeah. And the funny sus part about it was pardoning his son. What do you need to pardon for somebody if he didn't do a crime? What are you pardoning him for? He did. Hunter Biden's laptop. He did do some shady stuff with Ukraine.
No, the reason why we have this war with Ukraine and we have this pray for Ukraine is because it was that whole stuff, that whole shenanigans was started by the 46 administration before he became president. And he had to become president because let me tell you this, 45 was going to go, if he was elected a second term, was going to go after him.
Mm-hmm.
The whole point of the coup was to prevent 45 from doing his job, because whatever he was doing was working.
Mm-hmm.
He was reversing a lot of stuff that they tried to implement. But let's say,
And you know, if he was the last president, it would stop this back and forth, because it always feels like the Republican president is always spending his entire term cleaning up the Democratic presidency.
but here's the thing though. He what I like about him, this is what I like about him. He doesn't go after exclusively they want to. I love how the left is like saying, "Oh well, like it's the sneaky in its own tail." He's going after. He's like, see, even his own party doesn't like him. Yeah, a lot of these people are rhinos. A lot of these people are snakes. He's getting rid of the snakes. He needs to get rid of the snakes, because then how do you get rid? How can you have a clean anything, and how can you have a clean country if you don't get rid of the freaking double agents and the snakes and stuff like that who are factoring into your demise, then your prosperity? I'm sorry for that little weird rant, but whatever.
You're good.
When you conduct criminal investigations, you have to let the evidence lead you. You never lead the evidence. Doing this, my motive was to clear the document. Because to be quite honest with you, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe this was possible. This would ever. In 2012, I told you about Reed Hayes, a document examiner. Let me tell you about Reed Hayes, a man of experience in examining forensic document, handwriting, a man who's well respected in his expertise, a court recognized expert, a document examiner. He is the man you go to when somebody gives you a bad check. This is the guy you run to. Law firms use him all the time. He's been maligned. And let me tell you something about Mr. Hayes. When I contacted Mr. Hayes, Mr. Hayes off the bat.
What are the odds?
It's 8:00 a.m. I'm 61 and I started doing Tai Chi 10 days ago, 9 minutes a day.
The two stamps in two separate boxes, stamped by hand 16 days apart, would have the exact same angle in box 20 and the exact same angle in
Oh
box
my god,
22.
this show's gonna get shadow banned if it isn't already. No wonder we don't have anybody watching us. But just good lord. What are your thoughts on this?
This stuff needs to come to light. Like, I think we need to persevere and bring what's hidden. I mean, that's what apocalypse means. It doesn't mean like end of the world. It just means to unveil.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
We are in apocalypse. We are unveiling the truth that's been hidden for a long time.
Yeah.
we'll look at the left stamp. Now the right stamp. It should be pointed out that these stamps were looked at by two separate document examiners who specialize in two separate forensic disciplines and who reside on two different continents. Both agreed that these angles are identical on both the Obama document and the Ani document. Let's watch that again without all of the background.
Which makes me think, is Barack Hussein Obama even his real name?
No, some people believe it's Barry Centauro,
Wow.
but he lived in Indonesia. He
Blur.
took on that name.
It should be noted that Susan and Gretchen Nordijk were born 5 minutes from each other and have consecutive serial numbers. Therefore, their date stamps ostensibly would have been put on back to back. But as you can see, looking at the leftmost date stamps underlined in red and looking at the rightmost date stamps underlined in blue, there is no similarity in terms of the angle of the date stamps. How ironic that Barack Obama's birth certificate and Johanna Ani's birth certificate, which were stamped 16 days apart, are identical in angle according to two separate disciplines within the world of forensic document examination. And yet the Nordijk twins, born 5 minutes from each other, stamped back to back, don't show any similarity in angles. We've made a number of references to angles so far. The reason for that is if you're going to take an item off of one document and place it onto another, the angle is going to remain the same unless you intentionally alter it after you place it on the second document. Watch.
Oh, but this is just a conspiracy theory, right? This is
Yeah.
an alt-right conspiracy theory.
It's
It's
'cause they worked so hard.
QAnon. It's
They work-
QAnon bullshit.
They've worked hard enough to try to bury it.
All right. Anyone watching this, you need to get off with all due respect. I mean, like, I love the music. I love all this stuff. I love a lot of the stuff that they've represent to a degree, but you motherfuckers need to get off the fucking acid because and yes, I'm sorry to curse, but also not sorry. I know we're it's not as kid friendly or whatever, but I don't care. I want this to be like very, very raw and very, very but I don't care what you stupid motherfuckers say. You got to be a special kind of retarded to deny anything like this at this point, especially when it's like when this is all paper. People I mean, like, I love it when these people want to say, okay, I want to see the evidence. Where's the evidence? Where's this? Is that evidence exists? And then you show them the evidence, or you say, hey, there is no evidence. And they say, oh, that's not the real evidence. It's like, or that's just forgery, or that's made up. It's like, dude, you can't say anything to anybody. They will not accept the realities.
No.
This is the freaking reality. And the reality is that you motherfuckers have been duped. And I'll admit, Hands up here. I'll admit I'm a 2-time Obama voter. I was too young for his first term, but I was old enough the second time. After Obama, I'll admit I was a bit of a Bernie bro. I wrote in Sanders, but then I've been seeing what I almost said his name, but I saw what 47 was doing back then at 45, and I'm like saying I'm on board. He's actually getting stuff done, and he's cleaning house. He's actually doing things that the millennials and Gen X were wanting their presidents to do for decades. And they call him a dictator for that. For actually doing shit. Because you want to know why? Because the boomer generation is known for not doing anything. In my opinion. They freaking gatekeep everything. Have no sense of freaking reality on what the fuck they're doing. And then they want to call us when we're showing, hey, this is what's really going on here. Now you're full of shit. Okay, really? Really, Grandpa? You were freaking loaded on acid when you were 23 years old, and you didn't even raise your kids even when you're in your 40s. Good Lord. Don't tell you have no fucking you have no room to talk.
Yeah. Boomers had to become savages, and then they became a lot of them became very self-centered.
Well, I mean, I get they wanted peace on earth, the hippie movement. That was basically the silent generation. The silent generation was setting things up to but the thing is that in my opinion, they just neglected everything and took everything and neglected everything at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They neglected their kids, but they were all about their personal how they felt. Whilst preaching, we need to be kind to each other. It's not society's fault to baby your kids. You need to why do you think that Cats in the Cradle was a what do you think Cats in the Cradle is about? It's about a person prioritizing his life and job and shit over his kids. You dopes.
Yeah.
And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then. Yeah, it highlights the negligence of the fucking boomers. Nah, I'm too busy for ya. And then when the fucking kid says, hey, Dad, sorry, nah, I'm too busy for you. No one wants to visit me. You get what you get, you fuckers. You get what you give, you fuckers. Pardon my language. Actually, don't pardon my language. Roast the shit out of me. I will roast the shit out of boomers. Boomer hate is welcome. I will actually have it. And I will have you fuckers on this show to defend yourself for your naivete.
Yeah, the thing that grinds my gears, huh?
I hope I said that word in the correct context.
Yeah.
Oh, but continue. Yeah, what were you saying?
Yeah, the one thing that grinds my gears is that they told us, the American dream. If you go to college, you'll get a good job, and we can't afford to put you through college. You can't get scholarships, and you can take out loans, and you'll get enough money to pay that back. Then we go to find jobs as millennials and can't find anything. And then when we try to, advocate for student loan forgiveness because we were sold a farce, then they want to complain. Well, you should pull your bootstraps up and deal with it. You're the one that signed the papers. That enraged me. I went off on a lot.
Oh yeah, the victim blaming and the gaslighting.
Yeah, we were promised a cost of living and a job that would sustain us, and hoped that we would make better money than they did. No, and now they're like, we're not paying for your loans. You pull up your bootstraps.
Yeah. No, I know Cosmics, in my opinion, I need to find a way to chop these lives into like little segments and episodes. I might need so but so that way people can watch like certain chunks of these. I don't know how to do that just yet, but I mean, like, in all seriousness, that's true. I mean, I'm not gonna be scared. Like, I know it is to unwind the truth and see behind the scenes, but we got to, at the same time, we want to blame the powers that be, but who are the powers that be for the most part? What age range, man? Come on.
Boomers.
Come on.
Boomers, a silent generation.
Silent, but yeah, predominantly boomers. Yeah, and the silent. No, you old fucks are about to pass away. How are you going to continue things growing if you don't hand the shit over? Well, I sold all of my stuff to a trust and into the stocks. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
But 47 was got way ahead and he's rich because he was left over a lump sum of money. Yeah. His parents left him over a lump sum of money and he multiplied it.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't you do that, you dumbasses? Why can't you mentor your kids to multiply your freaking riches? That's why you have kids, to multiply what you have right now.
Exactly.
Hey, if I have $1 million and I invest $1 million, and I invest in my kid, they can turn my $1 million into like multi-million dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. You got to use it for jerk off material and your drugs and your No King's marches and that's the fucking what's going on here. That's what boomers are doing. We need to fix this and we need to do this and blah 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 blah. But dude, you're wasting your sweet old time doing No King's marches. Get off your ass and mentor your kids and give them jobs. Hire them. Pay them to be your caretakers at least. Nah, I may be 69 or I'm 72 years old, but I'm still got it when I was 16. Shut up. You're not 16. You're not 16. You're not even 21. You're not even 30, okay?
Sit down and go to sleep.
Just, ugh. No, I can go on to these crazy rants because I do feel bogarted. I do feel bogarted from society. Like, I can't, well, just go up by your bootstraps and try to look for a job. I've been looking for work. I've been looking for work for almost 10 fucking years, if not longer. That's the problem with like the millennials. It's like that when millennials graduated from college, they're all like saying, "Oh, well, you don't have enough like life experience and you don't have enough experience in this work of field." It's like, okay, well then how do I get my experience? So we spend 5 to 7 years, 10 years of experience in our field, and then by the time we're there, we start asking for more money because we're starting to breach 30 if we're not in our 30s already. And it's like, say, well, we need to start making a bit of dough. Oh, sorry, we can't hire you because even though you're qualified and overqualified and you have the degree and you have the experience, we're going to have to put you in at an entry level. It's like, no, why entry level when I have all this experience? Then the entry level is for people who don't have experience.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to pay up and put me in this like a, so there, and I'm even looking at Indeed these days. All these jobs, it's like, oh, the jobs. It's like, all these are director positions. Okay, Grandpa, how am I going to become a director without the proper training? Don't I have to climb the ladder, start someplace?
Yeah.
Where am I? Okay, well, you need to have experience. Where am I going to get the experience? If nobody is willing to give me experience.
Exactly. How are you going to get experience without experience? When they're entry level, like you said, 5 years of experience. How am I going to get in the door? You want me to be a street sweeper first, a pooper scooper first, to move up to manager?
Oh, okay, so I have to be a Starbucks barista in order, and then I have to have 5 to 10 years of experience in your coding, whatever the fuck it is. Like what? Where are you getting this? Where are these people getting these concepts? I want to understand.
It's crazy.
No, it's like and let me tell you this. I'm not saying turn minimum wage into a living wage. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is if you are seriously wondering why the economy is crashing, people want to say it's corporate greed. It's not. That is one faction of it. It's boomer greed, bogarting everything. They don't want to share their money. They don't want to share their money. And Celeste actually can attest to this. They don't want to tip. They don't want to do anything. And then they want to lecture you how to get money when they're not even willing to offer. Oh, go out and give a job. Hey, the job market is crashing. In California, we're number one in jobless. We're number one in homeless. And the whole state is deteriorating. So tell me how I can get a job. What job? Can you give me a job, Grandpa? I'd love to have a job. Well, that you're going to cost money, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to buy my third yacht. How am I going to pay for my third yacht if I hire you?
I don't understand why people even need 3 yachts.
I don't know. That's just some fucking hypothetical.
They do, though. They do. They hide their money in assets like that. But you don't need 3 yachts. You don't need a 13-bedroom house. You really don't.
No, boomers want to live like kings after they did like peasant jobs, and they got killer wages for doing peasant jobs and like sidekick jobs and stuff like that. They were able to pay for a lot of stuff. I mean, like, the closest, and like I said, the closest thing that I've seen people are able to get, believe it or not, was like the only thing that you can have a pension with right now is if you work for the post office, and I've heard that's an abysmal freaking job. But hey, I might even contemplate doing that. But do you know what? That was we'll continue stuff like this. That was a great show. Great ranting. I hope I didn't take. I hope I wasn't boring. No, and even if I was boring, you fuckers were entertained. Come on, like that button, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.